Hello everyone. So in this video, what I'll be showing is how do you attach a robotic gripper or any kind of gripper that fits into your robot. How do you attach it at the third wrist? There are a couple of methods. Usually you want your robot to be able to pick something, to place it somewhere, or you want to do some robot training in Isaac Lab, or maybe you just want to do some manual pick and place in Isaac Sim itself, or you want to connect it to ROS and different kind of stuff. So I'm going to show how to do that now. So in order to do that, let us create a new stage and start afresh. I'm going to do new, don't save. So once I have this new, my job is to first come to browsers and activate the Isaac Sim assets. So now I have the Isaac Sim assets. If you are doing it for the very first time, it is going to take some time to download all these assets. So these are not local assets. These are being downloaded from some AWS S3 servers. So you need to download it. It takes a little bit of time, maybe 5 minutes. So you need to be patient at this stage so that all those assets get downloaded. And you could also decide to keep it locally. There are ways to do that, but this video is not about that. Okay, so now once you have this, it means we can bring our robots inside. So once we want to bring our robots, you can see there are different assets. I'm going to come to universal robots, and I also, I will just click on the plus sign so that I will see the different universal robots. The one I actually want to use is, let's assume I want to use UR10 or UR10E. So if I want to use the UR10E, this is the UR10E. And I'm going to drag and drop under the word in the stage over here. Now I have UR10E, and if you want to see your UR10E very well, you can press F and it is going to maximize it and zoom in for you. So now we have the UR10E. We are good, we are happy. The next step is to come to the Robotiq gripper that I need to use. I click on the plus sign and I want to make use of the 2F140, the one that has the edit, and I'm also going to drop it on that word. Now we can see that the Robotiq gripper is somewhere over here. And if you want to see it very well, you press F on your keyboard again. And we can see that it is hiding inside the UR robot. You don't want that. What we want is that we want our gripper to be at the end of the wrist that we have over here. So in order to be able to do that, this UR10E, because they expect you are going to attach an end effector, there is a virtual link there. Yeah, something like a virtual link is an X form that allows you to attach to this restorer. So what we want to do is to actually place this Robotiq this gripper at the end of to attach it to the EE link. Remember, it is a virtual link that doesn't exist. It's an X form. So what we are going to do in order to do that, we first want to come to edit under preferences, and under preferences we come to stage, and under stage you want to navigate to somewhere over here. Keep prim word transform when reparenting. The point is we want to reparent this Robotiq gripper under this EE link. So I'm going to ask it, change it to ask. So now that is what I want. I'm done with this. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to manually take this Robotiq gripper and put it under EE link. Now it is going to ask us. So we are going to say keep prim transform. Now we can see it has been attached. Now, so we've attached it, but remember the Robotiq gripper is a different body from the UR10E. It's not the part of the joint that comes with UR10E. So we want to take it out again, but we still want it to be attached to the end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this Robotiq gripper again and put it on that word now. Now it is going to ask which of them do you want. Now we want it to inherit the parent transform, which means all the configurations it has before in terms of the location and every other thing, we want it to inherit it. So we are going to do that, and we can see now it has not changed because we inherited it. Now we are good and we are happy. What I can do now is I can come to property now, and I can, because we can see it doesn't look properly the orientation currently, so we can just rotate it, and we come to rotate here, and let us try -90. We can see it, so we have to try 90. Now This looks good. This looks like a good transform that we want. But at this stage, it is not yet a joint. It has just been attached to it, but it is not a joint. If I click on play, we can see the gripper falls off. So what I'm going to do now is we want to create a joint that allows it to attach to this. There are different ways to do this, but again, the UR10E, they know you are going to attach an end effector. So what they did is there is already a folder, a scope here that has all the joints on your robots. If you check each of them, for example, the shoulder pan joints, and we come over here, we can see now that it has a body 0 and body 1 already. Shoulder lift joints has body 0 and body 1. So for EE joints, if you check it, it is only going to have body 0 alone, which is the Ristiri link. So we want to attach Ristiri to Robotiq link. So what we're going to do is, let us inspect our Robotiq link first. It has different links. The link we want to attach is the Robotiq base link. That is where we want to attach it to as body 1. So we're going to come here and we search for our Robotiq base link and we click on select. Now that we've done that, you can see joints enabled, and I'm going to check that box. Once I check this box, let us try and see if it is working now. Now we can see now that it doesn't fall off. So now at this stage, I've successfully attached my gripper to my robot's arm. I've successfully attached my gripper to my robot's arm. So let us look at another second method that we can use to attach the gripper to the robot's arm. So the second method, what I'm going to do at this stage is I'm going to just delete, or maybe we just save it, and I'm going to do save as, and we are going to call it UR gripper version 001. Okay. And we save. Now we are good and we are happy. So what we are going to do now is to create another new stage and see how to do it again. So and we save it already, so we don't save, we create another one, and we repeat the same process of bringing the UR robots, the UR10E that we need. We drop it and we come to Robotiq gripper, the editable, the one that has the edit name. Now what we want to do now is to attach it. We are going to use GUI now. I mean, we used GUI the other time too, but they're under tools. There is the tools of Windows. Yeah, tools. Okay, under robotics, asset editor and robot assembler. Now this window is going to allow us to assemble robots, which means we want to attach links to link. And you can see it has automatically even detected the UR10 and the Robotiq gripper. So what I'm going to do now is I have this and I have attach points. So my attach point has to be a body, which is Ristiri link. And this looks good. And I'm going to say begin assembly process. And it is going to ask you that, okay, do you want to transform? Remember, do you want to transform? We don't want to transform. We want to leave it as it is. And we are going to say assemble and simulate. Now you can see it is properly attached, and we are going to say and simulation and finish. Now it has been attached, and you can see this is much faster. This is much faster, and the robot assembler is done. And if we try to click on play, we can see it doesn't fall off. It has automatically created all those joints that we are going to need. So one thing I did not mention in the other method that we used, which I'm just remembering now, is under this Robotiq gripper, once you bring it in, you need to come to, I think, under physics or somewhere. Let me find it. Okay. It's taking some minutes. I'm looking for the articulation. Okay, maybe we are going to open it again and so that we can see. It looks like it's removed the articulation already for this assembler. Yes. It looks like it's removed this already for the assembler. Yep. So that looks good. So we are done with this assembly process for, that's the second method now, and this looks much faster. So I'm going to save it again, and what do we call the name now? We want to call it 002. That's our method 2. So, and we click on save. So, but there is a step I missed in the previous one, which I'm going to come to open recent 001 and save. So under this Robotiq gripper, I'm going to come down and you can see physics. Good. So anytime you have two bodies you want to attach together, you only want to have one articulation root. So which means I'm going to delete this articulation root. Are you sure you want to remove the articulation? So our robot arm already has an articulation root. You don't want to have two articulation roots. So I'm going to delete it. So, and I'm going to save, and we are fine and we are good now. So we can use this and we can use the other one. I can actually rotate these if I want it to have the same orientation, but that's not important for now. We know that we've successfully attached our gripper. Okay, good. But if you use the assembler, it looks like it automatically removes the articulation roots that we deleted that we deleted for this method 1. So the third method that I am going to show is the third method is, let us create a new one again. Don't save. So for this third method, I always like to bring my URL term first, and I'm going to bring it in like this. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to come to my Robotiq gripper and we put it. So we are not trying to use any keyframe transform or move things around. We just want to copy the location. So what I'm going to do is under this EE link, you can see that it has some numbers. So remember, we want to attach this to the end of this. So I'm just going to copy all these numbers and make them be equal to the numbers that we are going to use for the transform for the Robotiq here. So under EE link, to copy, you don't need to copy it one by one. Click on translate and right click and click on copy. And come to Robotiq gripper and right click on translate again for the Robotiq gripper and paste. Now we have the numbers and we can see that it has been attached. So if I also want to copy the transform, but you can see the transform is 000, so I can come to restereo link. If I want to use this transform, I'm just going to copy the it doesn't look like I can copy for this for the restereo link. Let's check. Can we should be able to copy, but okay, it doesn't look like we can copy that. Okay, copy all property values in transform. Okay, good. We are not it looks like it's the same. Restereo link and EE link, are they the same? 1.18. Let's check. 0.2907. They should be the same. So they are the same. So what we are going to do is we use the restereo link and we copy our transform and we come over here and oh, it doesn't allow me to paste it. Okay, let's just do it manually. So I'm going to call this 90, and if I want to rotate this guy, okay, that doesn't look good. Maybe we call it 90 or so. So that doesn't look good. So it looks like 0 is just the best one that we can use. So we can see now that, and if you also want to rotate this, but in this case we don't need it, so you could rotate it if you need. Now you can see what we can leave it at 0 as we will have it. So now we've copied the transform, which means we copy the values from the translate for restereo link or the EE link, and we put it under the Robotiq gripper. I think this one is faster. So, but maybe not faster. So at this point, we need to create the joints. We come to EE joints, and under we enable the joints, and we add the targets for the body one, and we use Robotiq base link, and we click on select. Good. Good. And once we're done, remember we need to delete the articulation routes, and we come to under physics and we delete it, and we are good. We test it, it doesn't fall off, we are good, we are happy. Now that is we're done with the third method, save as, and we come to, we save it and we just give it a different name, and we click on save. Good. So once we have this, it is fine. The one thing we can, yep. So we have it. I believe those are the three methods. I think there's a fourth method that we could use, but these are fast methods that we can use. And after we've done this, we save it, and we can always reference the USD and open it and do whatever we like with them. So one thing I may like to show us is to come to physics and do physics inspector, and you click on this guy and inspect, and it shows all the joints. And if you decide to move the elbow joints, for some reasons it's not going to move it, because it's not going to move it together, because I'm not sure why. I suppose it's meant to move it together, but let's check the joints again. EE joints, joint enabled. I'm not sure why it doesn't move it, but I'm not sure why, but it's just physics inspector that you can use to move it, to check the movements of all those joints. But it does work. We can use all these, either of those files that we've created now. We can use it in Isaac Lab. You can use it to do anything that you want, and you are going to be fine. Thank you. So let me know which methods you do prefer, and I'll be happy to talk to you. Yeah, before I go, one thing I also like to mention is, because under this universal robots, if you come to UR 10, let's check it. UR 10 itself, and you can see there are different universal robots. But if you pick this particular first one with the black surface, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to new, don't save, and I'm going to bring it to world. Now I have this. If you check it, it has all those joints too. It has all those joints, which means you could decide to use this and all those methods will still work. And let's delete this and come to UR 10 again and drop this. Let's see the difference. And you can see this does not have all those joints. It has this joint under it for the base link. For the shoulder, it has the joints, but they do not have the EE joints. So which means if I decide to use this, I need to manually create my joint. So I want to show us that just in case we are using a robot that doesn't have that joint. So let's come to Robotiq gripper, and we just put this inside, and I do this, the frame, and I take it out, inherit. Now I have this, and if I decide to click on play, it's going to fall off because there's no joints. So in order for me to create the joints, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to click on EE link, Restore link, and Robotiq base link, and I right click and click on create. I come to physics, joints, and I want to create a fixed joint. Now that I've created the fixed joints, let us check the body 1 and body 2. So it looks good. It looks like what I want. It is enabled. Let us click on play. Now it doesn't fall off. And you can see that. So anytime you are working with it and you are working with something that doesn't have a joint already, or it has not been created for you, you can create your own like we did here, and you create a fixed joint between the Robotiq gripper and the stereo link. So the Robotiq gripper is going to move the same way as the stereo link. So it has a fixed joint. It's going to basically follow the stereo as it moves. Okay, so that is just one thing I like to show. And if you want to use other robots, maybe not Universal Robot 10, maybe you have UR5, you have UR20, you can also attach the Robotiq gripper to it and you are going to be fine. Thank you.